Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. Time to kick back, relax, talk music. I got a lot of comments from viewers saying, Frank, there is no good music being made anymore. I couldn't disagree more. In this video, I will show you and talk about 7 modern day records from a variety of genres that you do have to check out. I will leave links to all of these artists below this video. This is Chinga with their 2016 album Freewheelin'. These guys have swagger, attitude, and great songs. It's stoner rock meets boogie rock. Think Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Uriah Heep, think Shag Rugs and Muscle Cars. Think bongs and beer. That is Chinga. Another record you have to hear. This is the 2019 release from Gary Clark Jr. called This Land. When I think of modern blues, I think Gary Clark from Austin, Texas. He's taken the genre into the 21st century, pairing pentatonic licks with elements of rock, funk, soul, and hip-hop. It was on this, his 3rd solo album, that Gary really came into his own. One second, he's churning out Stevie Ray Vaughan-inspired solos. The next, he's full on into some Curtis Mayfield-inspired soul. If socially conscious lyrics aren't your thing, you may want to sit this one out. Gary has fun, but on this record, he's also angry. It's that emotion that gives this record a sense of urgency. If you're into country music, real country music, you're gonna want to check out Corb Lund, who comes from a small town near Calgary, Alberta in Canada. He's got a ton of record. Here are 2 of my favorites. You have Cabin Fever that came out in 2012, and Things That Can't Be Undone, which was released in 2015. Corb started out as the bass player in Canadian hard rock band The Smalls before forming the Corb Lund Band in the mid-1990s and going back to his roots. His music is best described as alt country, outlaw country, or just plain old country and western. But Corb has not forgotten his hard rock roots. He does a great version of AC/DC's Ride On his recent record of cover songs, and this record is simply called Cover Your Tracks. The next must-hear record is a 2018 release from Fantastic Negrito called Please Don't Be Dead. Fantastic hails from Oakland, California, and has a really interesting story. As a young kid, he supported himself by selling drugs until one day he heard Prince's Dirty Mind, and that album inspired him to learn how to play guitar and got him into music. He would sneak into classrooms at the University of California, Berkeley to learn music theory. He got signed to Interscope Records in the 1990s and released one album on that label under the name Xavier. And shortly after that, he was in a near-fatal car crash. I'm assuming this picture's from that era. After that, he quit music. He set up an illegal nightclub in South Central Los Angeles. But after a period of time, he got that itch, got that desire to play music again, and in 2014 started releasing records under the name Fantastic Negrito. Since then, he's won 2 Grammy Awards and is definitely a must-check-out artist. Okay, I gotta show you this record. This is from a band, again, from Austin, Texas. The band is called Nowhere Bound, and this is their 2019 release, Morning Glory. So Chris, he's the vocalist of this band. He's also a viewer of channel 33 RPM. He sent me over some of his stuff a while ago. I absolutely fell in love with it. And I gotta say, Chris and I have become friends over the past year as well, talking online about music quite often. So broadly, these guys are a punk band, as I said, from Texas, but their music has so many layers to it. Just when you think you've got them figured out, they take you in another direction. It's part punk, part rock, part country, and part folk. They have immensely catchy songs with sing-along, or in some cases, shout-along choruses. I was debating between a couple of their records to show you. I was gonna say this is the one I recommend most, Hearts and Arrows. Fantastic record, but ultimately I went with Morning Glory. Again, a record you absolutely have to check out. This next album is a little bit different from what I usually talk about. This is the 2019 release from Yola. It's called Walk Through Fire. If you haven't heard of Yola, she's a singer-songwriter from the UK. And how would I describe her music? It's modern soul with bits of country and bits of Americana. I was actually surprised to learn that she is English because she sounds very American, if that makes any sense. This album was produced by Dan from the Black Keys and it was recorded in Nashville. It was nominated for a Grammy, got all sorts of attention. Gotta say, there's absolutely great songwriting on here, great musicianship, and Yola has one of the most soulful voices I've heard in a long time. Absolutely worth checking out. And just so you're not thinking I lost track of my heavy metal roots, I gotta include this album in my list. This is the 2004 release from Enforcer. The record is called Death by Fire. These guys are from Sweden and they are part of what is called the new wave of traditional heavy metal. Think old Iron Maiden, Anvil, Saxon, and you will have an idea of what these guys sound like. This record, I think, is probably their crown jewel. Such great tracks on here. Death Rides This Night, Run for Your Life, Mesmerized by Fire, Take Me Out of This Nightmare. I can't say enough good things about this record. Enforcer, Death by Fire. All right, 33ers, that is my list of absolutely amazing modern day records you have to check out. Throw some suggestions in the comments below. If someone came up to you and said, man, there is no good music being made anymore, what albums would you recommend? I'd love to hear your suggestions. If you dug this video, I would appreciate a quick thumbs up. I hope you have a great couple days. I'll be back again on Sunday. Until then, keep on spinning.